Leon Kennedy needs to die in Resident Evil 9, not because fans hate him or not for shock value, but because keeping him alive is slowly breaking the Resident Evil series. Leon is getting older, the world is getting darker, and every time Capcom asks him to save it again, something is lost. Not just believability, but meaning. At some point, pretending Leon is still an unstoppable action hero stops being cool and starts feeling dishonest. Resident Evil 9 is Capcom's last chance to give him an ending that actually respects what he's been through. We've seen aging heroes work before. Joel in The Last of Us isn't relatable because he's strong, he's relatable because he's tired. Every fight costs him something and every loss stays with him. He moves slower, he hesitates, he survives, but barely. And that's what makes him feel human. Old Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4 is the same way. His age isn't cosmetic, it's baked into every movement, every decision, every breath he takes. Their stories never let you forget that time always wins. Leon doesn't get that treatment. He looks older, sure, but mechanically and narratively, he's still the same unstoppable action hero from Resident Evil 2. And the longer Capcom keeps doing this, the worse the disconnect gets. Because Leon isn't just surviving the horror anymore, he's dominating it. And when the horror starts losing, the fear goes with it. Some fans say, just let Leon retire, give him a peaceful, happy ending. But peace has never been a part of Leon's story. In Resident Evil 6, Leon is still the professional, calm, capable agent that we all know. But he's starting to get numb to it all. At this point, he's seen so much that bioterror barely registers with him anymore. But in Resident Evil Vendetta, the mask finally cracks. There's a moment where Leon is drunk, broken, sitting alone, and he asks, what's the point of it all? That line matters because it's the first time Leon openly questions whether saving the world actually means anything. He's not asking about the mission, he's asking about whether saving the world even matters when the next outbreak is always just around the corner. But he still helps Chris and Rebecca, and that tells us everything. Leon is not a man who can walk away. He's a man that keeps going until there's nothing left to give. And that's why retirement doesn't fit him. It would be a lie. And once you understand that, once you realize Leon can't stop, the story stops being about him. It becomes about Capcom. Because the real question isn't why Leon keeps fighting, but why the series keeps bringing him back. And that's where the real problem begins. Quick side note, if you like deep dives that look into characters, themes, and why franchises cracked, without actually saying they're just bad, that's what I do on my channel, so why not check it out? Leon didn't become a problem by accident. He became one because he's too reliable. Whenever Capcom needs sales, they bring Leon back. Whenever it needs its fans to care again, they put him on the cover. But over time, that safety net becomes a crutch, and the world stops feeling dangerous when you know Leon will always show up to fix it. The longer he stays, the smaller the universe feels, because horror only works when you don't know who's going to make it out. Leon has survived Raccoon City, bioterror attacks, entire cities being erased. But survival isn't the same as living. Every time Leon comes back, he's not just older, he's emptier. And that's what Resident Evil Vendetta shows us. He's not a hero, he's not a legend, but a man who's run out of answers. When Leon asks, what's the point of it all? He's not being dramatic. He's admitting the cost that this fight is taken on him. And that's the moment Capcom should have started planning the end. Resident Evil 9 gives Capcom one last chance to make Leon mean something. We know Leon runs into Grace, we know she's been kidnapped, and we know they return to Raccoon City, the place where everything began, the place Leon never truly escaped from. If Leon dies there saving Grace, it isn't just tragic, it's poetic. Grace can become what Leon never got to be, someone who survives and actually lives. That's how you pass the torch. Not by replacing him, but by honoring him. But this can't be a spectacle. There can be no speeches, no slow motion goodbyes. Just imagine this for a moment. There's chaos, fire, screaming. The final boss raises his arm to strike Grace. Leon moves. There's no music. There's no cutaway. He pushes her aside. The hit lands and you don't even notice. You finish the fight, the music swells up and you feel a sense of accomplishment. You think you've won. Then The cutscene. Grace calls his name, but there's silence. The camera pans to Leon. He's swaying and pale, blood soaking through his chest. And suddenly, you understand the moment where he pushed Grace out of the way would be his final selfless act. Leon Kennedy shouldn't die for shock value. He should die because this is the only ending that tells the truth. He's too important to fade away and too sympathetic to retire. If Capcom gets this wrong, Leon stops being a legend and becomes a mascot. But if they get it right, Resident Evil can finally grow past the Umbrella story arc that began almost 20 years ago. Leon's story ends not with noise, but with meaning.